I wasted my time this week because I didn't ask enough questions. So today I'm going to talk about reference tracks, how to use them, and most importantly, how to communicate with your client or engineer when it comes to using reference tracks. So the quick story is that a client sent me a mix to master and a reference track, and I just went ahead and listened to the reference track. I imported it, analyzed it, and then I matched the overall tone, the EQ, to that of the reference track. So the mix that came in was more mid-focused, but the reference track was really bass and high focused, the classic smile curve that comes from quite a lot of sort of major studios or engineers, shall we say. It's just like this: loads of bass, loads of treble, not really much going on in the middle. It's pretty common for pop sort of music, so I just went ahead and matched. I dipped the mids, accentuated the highs a little bit. The bass was kind of in a good place already. I sent it back, and the client wasn't happy. Basically, they weren't devastated, but I explained what I'd done, and they came back and said, "Oh right, I wasn't really listening to that. I was really, I really liked the mids in my mix. So could you do another round? Could you do a revision and kind of bring out those?" Which is kind of the opposite to what the reference track would suggest. So we had to have a conversation, and this is really the advice that I've got for you, is to always ask questions when sending or receiving reference tracks. So really importantly, be really clear on why you like the reference and why it is you're using it as a reference track. Maybe you just like the loudness, maybe it's the punchiness of the kick, maybe it's the overall stereo field, the width of it, maybe it's the saturated mid-range or something like that. But there's probably a specific thing you like about that reference mix or track. So make sure that if you're an artist sending a reference, you communicate that with your engineer. And if you're an engineer like me working on it, don't just get the reference like I did and just think, oh right, I'll just match this sort of general EQ, overall EQ, and that'll be great. Because that's not always what people are listening to. In having a conversation with this particular client, it turned out that they were really focusing on the vocal for their mix. They liked how the vocal was sitting in, and so they were using that more as a mix reference. The reference track, actually, once we got talking, we figured out it didn't really have any bearing on the master that they wanted. They actually wanted to maintain or accentuate the mid-range. There was lots of nice layered vocals and harmonies. And I liked that when I initially heard the mix, but I thought, well, it's not my creative decision. I will use the reference and sort of stick to what they've asked me to do. Even though they didn't specifically say, use the sort of tonal balance of this for the reference. They just sent a reference. So that's really the whole video in a nutshell, is be really clear and communicate. And if you're an engineer, ask what they like about the mix or the reference, sorry. What specifically do you like, and what parts of it do you want me to apply when I'm going through the mastering stage? So, as with a lot of things in this business, communication is everything, and it'll save you a lot of time and a lot of headaches if you can improve that and get better at it. I tend to think of myself as quite a good communicator, but on this occasion, it's a regular client, and we've got a good working relationship, and maybe I sort of just dropped the ball a little bit and maybe got a bit complacent with that. So So, you know, that's something that I need to keep in my mind all the time, even with sort of regular work and stuff like that, and regular clients. Always still ask loads of questions, communicate as much as you can, and then you'll find that the end thing, whatever you're doing, mixing, mastering, producing, goes a lot quicker, a lot smoother, and everyone is on the same page. So there you go. That's today's video. Bit of a short one, because I'll be really honest with you, I've run out of time this week for YouTube and I'm crazy busy. I've still, as you'll know if you watched any other videos, there's loads more coming, loads of record cutting, loads of mastering stuff. So please subscribe, like and share with anyone that you think might like this kind of stuff. I've had some really great chats with people in the comments recently, and it's really sort of made all this sort of worthwhile to hear that even though these are unedited, unscripted videos, that they're not going viral in any way at all, but they're sort of working for a small group of people who are kind of sick of that fast edit, top tips, hacks sort of YouTube thing that's just everywhere. But anyway, stop rambling. I've got to get back to work. I'll be back next week with another video. Hope everyone's well. Reach out with any questions, and I'll see you next time.